Hey all, and welcome to Shadow of Space, and we are commenting on another BCP video. This one is called Reporters Stunned Over Black People Showing Up to Support Racist Far-Right Unite the Kingdom Rally. This was uploaded May 17th, this is being recorded May 18th, and link is in the description.
Tomorrow's march in London, the organisers, including convicted thugs and racists, are peddling hatred and division. Plain and simple.
I mean, literally had to watch a whole video about this one guy who just got made a prisoner, saying that all of these people saying that this guy was such a wonderful person and it's so awful that he's being sent to prison, even though they killed someone. Now saying that criminals are thugs.
So you're explicitly saying that the march organized by Tommy 10 Names on Saturday...
This is how broken your brain should be listening to any of this nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. None of it makes any sense. It's all completely contradictory.
is organized, run for, and by racists. You're explicitly saying that. Which means that you're aware that they are a direct threat to people with my kind of skin tone.
Keir Starmer, David Lammy, and this Labour government have behaved in the most despicable...
You're aware or organized...
Convicted thugs and racists are peddling hatred and division. Plain and simple.
So you're explicitly saying that the march organized by Tommy 10 Names on Saturday is organized, run for, and by racists. You're explicitly saying that. Which means that you're aware that they are a direct threat to people with my kind of skin tone.
Keir Starmer, David Lammy, and this Labour government have behaved in the most despicable fashion since getting battered at the local elections. Instead of asking themselves how that happened and why thousands of people protested all across London today in a show of patriotism, they doubled down. Hours before today's Unite the Kingdom march, Deputy PM David Lammy posted on X, "These march organisers are spreading hatred and division. They do not reflect the Britain I'm proud of." Well, the Prime Minister, of course, he weighed in too. He said on X, "I know that many..."
But then my message is, those people over there don't represent us. What a unifying message.
Many people across the country will understandably be frightened by what they may see today. Muslim and ethnic minority communities concerned by the Unite the Kingdom march. Starmer and Lammy were repeating a series of smears in the build-up to and during today's march. Permanently online loser Harry Eccles posted on X, "Petrifying displays of white supremacy. Since when did the UK get infected with Christo-fascism? This isn't the USA."
London.
For Tommy Robinson, basically, yeah.
So what about him do you like?
His courage, basically, because he has a courage. He can stand up by himself, like, you know. So I would say his courage and his faith as well.
What about the people that have been calling Tommy Robinson racist for his views?
I think they have their own problem, to be honest. So that's their own problem. They have, you know, sometimes they call someone because they have like problem inside themselves. So they're taking out to other people. I think I would say that, yeah.
Yep. And was there an event that kind of spurred you to come here, or has this been building up?
To be honest, that's my first time here. So I heard him 2 weeks ago, the Tommy. I said, oh, let me come and give a try. But I heard him before, but I've never been to his event, so yeah.
How do you feel like the atmosphere? What's it like?
Overwhelming, honestly. But I kind of like the atmosphere, like here, you know. Can see a lot of people supporting him and everything, so yeah.
Well, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
So we got to talk about the Unite the Kingdom rally that happened recently in the UK, a protest movement organized by Tommy Robinson, who is an activist out in the UK. He has been framed as far-right, a white supremacist, racist, etc., right?
So all the words, all the buzzwords,
over and over again, right? But these rallies really are about national unity, free speech, Christian values, and opposing mass migration that is currently the policy of the UK government. Okay, and of course, because you support common sense, you support traditionalism, nationalism, Christianity, free speech. The critics have described this as far-right mobilization, right? This is how they've described it. So I want to talk about this because, again, the most recent rally happened.
But when,
Again, thousands of individuals showed up. And, of course, the leaders of the UK were boohoo, whine, and crying, racism, hate, and bigotry.
We're on the march. We're walking up towards Trafalgar Square. The crowd's gone. Parliament Square's already full. The crowd stretched from here to Euston Station, apparently, which is miles. Okay? And miles. This is the biggest event in British history. This is the moment, a turning point for Britain, a message to the leaders. Britain's ready for the fight. All right? People are up. We're awake. And we're not going to back down.
I mean, I'm immediately reminded of the church protest. They were completely happy to go in there and disrupt and make all of those people feel uncomfortable. But these people going out and marching out like this and making you uncomfortable is a problem.
Why?
It's warfare. If you want to be at maximum warfare all the time, everywhere, then this is what you get, is the other side doesn't just sit there and let you just do whatever they want.
Are you here?
For my daughter's futures, to be honest, and the safety of women and children on the streets of Britain today. We don't feel safe.
You don't feel safe?
No. Why would, if I felt safe, why would I carry a spray in my handbag every time I go out? We're all like it. We all feel the same. We feel unsafe.
They said that the Unite the Kingdom rally was far right. Now, far right is defined as an
Who is they? And why are you now defining far right?
umbrella term for political ideologies that sit at the furthest right end of the traditional left-wing political spectrum, characterised primarily by extreme nationalism, nativism and authoritarian tendencies. So, I thought, why not? I went to the Unite the Kingdom rally in search of the far right. Right, so I've come to the Unite the Kingdom, the rally. Of course, the big thing that's happening in central London, there's another rally the other way down there. And I'm in search of the far right because I've been told that this is full of far right agitators. So I'm on my way. Let's see. Okay.
I feel like you're walking away from them.
Well, I'm a Church of England clergy, so I'm here to be amongst the English people and support them and get to know people and witness of the resurrection of Jesus Christ and how he can change people's lives. So,
How do you feel about this protest being referenced as far right?
Well, I would encourage people to come down and see and meet people, and you'll find out that it's not far right. Yeah.
Just come down to, support the march. Not for any reason to cause any trouble.
What do you make of what's happening to our country? Do you think people are losing faith?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Losing faith in our political leaders. They have no integrity, they're not honest, and they're a bunch of charlatans. If you have a manifesto,
I usually come up with two.
Do what you say in your manifesto. Don't bring in things that are close to your heart, like digital ID, open borders, mass uncontrolled immigration.
So why have you come down here?
Well, we just want to have a lovely future for our children, our grandchildren, and this government has really not done us any favours. It's just getting from bad to worse. So we just, our culture, our patriotism, we want to keep it as British.
How do you feel about them sort of referring to people who are coming here as far right?
Well, that is ridiculous. You can see around you, everybody is all in a very good, positive mood today. There's no problem, there's no trouble, nobody's far right here. We're all on the same page.
Tens of thousands of people marched yesterday in the United Kingdom.
Oh, they're all on the same page.
and pro-Palestine Nakba Day march taking place in central London. More than 4,000 police officers were deployed to manage any potential clashes between the rival groups and criminal activity. 43 arrests were made at the major protests, including 11 hate crime-related offences, with the Met Police linking 20 to the Unite rally and 12 to the pro-Palestine march. This comes as the PN condemned the nationalist protests in London as peddling hatred and division. But which one really was the hate march? Joining me now is the journalist and influencer Based and Bougie.
They both were.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So great to have you here. Big fan of your videos. You were yesterday at the Unite the Kingdom. What was your initial impression of it?
Should I know who this person is? Because I don't.
Absolutely loved it. I look forward to going to UTK every year because it almost feels like a festival. When I see the headlines of them trying to portray it as a far-right event, it honestly just feels like a festival. You go there, it's filled with hugs and kisses, and people are serving food. People are also preaching the word of Jesus Christ, which is extremely important to me. And the only bad thing to come out of yesterday's event was the rain. Honestly, that was the worst thing. But apart from that, it's just the one day in the year where patriots can literally just be patriotic and not feel ashamed, because obviously these days it's almost as though being patriotic is now demonized, or you're considered a racist. Now they're calling me a white supremacist and I'm black. So it's the one day in the year where you realize, okay, I'm actually not alone in my thoughts. So thank you, Tommy, for the UTK event, honestly.
Yeah. So you see that, you heard that. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I did not hear anything from those individuals that I would characterize as far right, right? They sound like people who love their country.
See, but conveniently, none of those people were any of the people that were arrested. None of the people that they asked were people that actually engaged in violence.
Country, they love.
I don't know why. I feel like that would be the better story. I feel like that would paint a better narrative, but they didn't seem to care about that. So
they want Britain to stay British, right? They don't want to turn it into some other country, right? And they're dealing with the exact same issues that we're dealing here in the United States of America when it comes to how the left, our left-wing party, wants to turn our country into a third world country, right? They want our country to be taken over by migrants, by people from the global south, in order to take down the evil white supremacist power structure. Same thing is happening in the UK. The exact same thing. The exact same Marxist ideology is infecting the UK, and you have patriots, just like patriots here in the United States are standing up against it. You have patriots in the UK also standing up against what is happening to their country. Because the cultural Marxist agenda is a global agenda, right? It's not just here in the United States. It is also infecting Europe as well, too. A part of the global cultural Marxist agenda is to take down what they see as the white power structure. A part of that
because that's the only way that true socialism works, is you have to get rid of all capitalism everywhere.
Allowing
what
is seen as white countries to be taken over by third world migrants, right? That's part of the agenda of the cultural Marxists, and the agenda is global, okay? So, with that being said, although they call this a white supremacist rally, right, it is racist, it is hateful, you have individuals who don't look like...
Isn't it called Unite the Kingdom?
Like who you would suspect to be a racist white supremacist coming out in support of this rally because it's about values, not skin color, okay, not race, but values. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
Coming through. We got far right. All right, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
What's your name?
My name's Sandra.
Sandra, where did you come from, Sandra?
So I come from Lincolnshire.
From Lincolnshire, all the way from Lincolnshire today?
Yeah.
So what made
yesterday.
You came yesterday. Yeah. What made you come all the way from Lincolnshire?
So I am an RAF veteran. Yeah, I served 12 years in the Royal Air Force, and I'm being told that I'm racist. Yeah, because I'm attending this event. No, I'm proud. I'm proud of my flag. Yeah. So at the end of the day,
Yeah.
This lady is a proud lady of this country. Love it, love it, love it.
For England, for us, no matter what colour, means nothing. It's about being British.
It's about being British.
Don't matter, but the media try and make it about colour.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about colour.
It's
It's
about
about culture. It's about culture, and the culture in this country
There's no black,
is not
there's no white.
conducive.
What it is, it's about the media twisting things to their
I'm a
demise.
Christian, and I'm a Christian, and I tell you what, this is a Christian country, and that's it. That's
Come on, love that.
You know, it's funny because if you were at a left-wing event, people would be blocking you, people would be getting in front of your camera so that you couldn't film them anymore. People would assume because you had a camera and a microphone that you were immediately antagonistic, and they would try to keep you away from people.
So what's this United Kingdom all about?
Sorry, this is Shawab. Come on, Shawab. Yes, so Shawab.
Come on, much love, innit? My brother. You good, yeah?
I'm good, I'm happy. We are fighting for this country, aren't we?
Absolutely. So if I may ask, why are you here today?
So I'm here today because I am a veteran and I'm proud of the UK. I'm proud of being British. My parents came across in the 60s and they worked, they contributed, they paid tax, they bought a house, and we grew up here. I was born here and grew up here. Yes, it wasn't easy. It was a tough, but we weren't given free anything. My parents weren't given a free house and everything. They had to work for it and they had to assimilate into this country, and we did lovingly, willingly.
So, what do you think the media gets wrong about this rally?
Because what they're trying to do is trying to make law-abiding, tax-paying citizens of the UK look as if they're racist against the people that are coming into this country. That's not the case. The people of this country aren't racist. There are a few, don't get me wrong, you'll always find a few, but then look around you.
So, then my question becomes the question that I said in the last video is, what do you do with the racists? If you can't cure them of their racism, if racism is a forever curse on humanity, then what do you do with the people who can't control their racism, who, when given the choice between acting in a racist way and acting in a non-racist way, they would always, or more often than not, choose the racist way? What do you do with those people?
Grandparents, there's women, there's children, there's
Do you throw them in prison? Do you throw them in work camps? What do you do? Capital punishment? What?
You know, these aren't racist.
Well, the racists are few and far between, right? It's never as much racism as they claim, right? The supply of racism is not enough to meet the demand, right? We saw that happen here in the United States with the Southern Poverty Law Center being exposed for funding racism, right? Funding the white supremacists, because again, the demand far exceeds the supply of racism. And again, my gut feeling is that they got the same issues going on in the UK, where you have individuals who are simply standing up for their country, right? They want their country to remain British, right? They don't want to change the culture. They don't want to change the demographics. They don't want to allow other people from other countries into the UK en masse and to change things.
So again, how do you actually run the country when there are some people who don't want it to change and there are some people who want it to change? Is there any potential middle ground between them? Or do you really just have to wait for one group to basically dominate the other and then go with the ideas of the other versus the former versus the latter, or whatever?
We want to remain American, right? We like our Anglo-Protestant culture, right? We like our foundations. We like our Christian culture. We like our country. But
there are other people in this country who either don't want that culture or because
it was founded, right? We love all the things about our country, but you have Marxists that are hell-bent on changing it and taking away what we feel is great about the country. Same thing is happening in the UK, and I support the people in the UK who want Britain to remain British, right? I get it. I 100% get it.
racist. These are people that are sick to death of having to fight for the things that they are entitled to. Yeah, I'm a veteran. There's veterans on the streets that need. There's veterans on the streets that need homes. Yeah, that have fought for this country that need homes. Yet they're being bypassed by the government to allow people in. Why? Why?
Sounds strong, my love.
Why?
Fair play to you.
Yeah. And the thing is,
we're all being British citizens or being passed.
Yeah.
Whether you're black or whether you're white, it doesn't fucking matter. We're being ignored, and we are not far right. We don't care about where you're
There's
from.
no such thing as far right. It's just right. At the end of the day, we care about our people.
You know what's hilarious about the whole like far right label, right? In the UK, I'm like, bruh, even the right wing parties are socialist. Economically, at least economically speaking, that's why it's always funny to me. I always chuckle when they say far right, right? They call people who I mean, let's be real. Even the right wingers in the UK, they love their socialism, right? From a cultural perspective, on other issues, yeah, they believe in common sense, right? But to just smear them as far right is crazy to me. It really shows you that label simply means anybody that disagrees with the left, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Of course that's all it means. You only have to deviate on one point, even if it's a minute point that doesn't mean anything. If you don't completely toe the line with every single aspect of the Democrat agenda, they want nothing to do with you. They would happily label you as far right. Everything is far right. It's your label as the oppressor is your far right. It's how they distinguish you from the oppressed class, who are the Democrats, who are the minorities.
If you disagree with the far left in particular, you are far right, okay? I just chuckle anytime they call some of these individuals in the UK far right. I'm like, nah. Like, in America, they would be moderates, right? They would be moderates here in America. But again, even here in America, if you're moderate, if you don't agree with the far left, you don't agree with the Democrat Party, then you're far right.
Yeah. Well, because those are their only tactics, are to shame you, are to lower your social credit score, or to get violent. Like it isn't even political pressure. It's literally just enough of the mob gets you to leave.
And the thing is, they're trying to make it's all twisted, but it's run by the devil. We are in a spiritual battle, people, and we need to don our armour of the Jesus Christ and God.
Stop paying council tax.
Yeah.
Don the armour.
Keir Starmer's a wanker. He didn't give a fuck about his people, and he just twists.
And one more question.
That made him laugh.
But he definitely said he was a gooner, right?
He called us orcs and goons. But, Mr. Speaker, I am a gooner, and so, as usual, she is less than half right.
Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure what is far right about this, right? I'm not entirely sure what's racist about it, was hateful, was bigoted.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
People who want to protect their country, they want to keep their country British, right? The country that they know and love, the country they grew up in. They don't want crime to be out of control. They want to maintain the culture of the country, right? I'm trying to figure out what is so bad about this, right? But the media, they're going to smear people who don't agree with the cultural Marxist agenda as racist, hateful, and bigoted. And I just want people to see...
Because this is how you control people, is you don't show them the footage of what's happening. You don't show them the footage of... You don't show them this. You say that the only people that would go there are right-wing extremists, and then you block all of their footage, or you only show the violence. Again, that's what I said, where it's like, if you truly wanted to paint this narrative that it was white supremacists that were going here, then you should have gone and found the people that were violent and interviewed them. They didn't do that. They interviewed all these random people who are
how
clearly
you have
just
people in the
enjoying
UK dealing with
the
the same exact stuff we're
celebration or
dealing here with
whatever,
the United States of
the
America.
rally,
It's the same
and don't really
thing,
care
right? It's the same
one way or
thing.
another.
So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like,
Like, this is what censorship looks like, is you don't get the whole story. You don't get all the information. Pivotal pieces, context, are missing or changed to fit the narrative. You can't believe what they say because what they say has to be spun somehow. It has to, they're, the only reason that they would say it is because they're using it to try to get something. It's a tool. Like, I don't know why you would be surprised by this. It's the argument that I make about drawing the lines, the district lines, based on race. You assume that black means Democrat when it doesn't. And your own community acknowledges that there are some black people who align themselves more with white culture than black culture. You know this. This should surprise no one. The fact that people are shocked by this, the fact that people find this surprising is I don't know what it is. Just, yeah, it's a thing that happens. Like, some people are trans, like, get over it.